So you're thinking about buying the iPega 9083S Bluetooth controller for your phone, maybe to play some cloud games or finally enjoy mobile gaming with proper buttons. That's a smart idea. But before you spend your $27, you absolutely need to watch this review. Because what I discovered about this controller might save you a lot of frustration, money, and time. I'm not just going to show you the specs from the Amazon page. I'm going to show you what actually happens when you try to use it day after day. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's get into it. The promise of the iPega 9083S is huge. It stretches to hold your phone. It connects to both iOS and Android. It boasts a 15-hour battery life, and it looks like a proper console controller. That's the dream. But here's what surprised me immediately. Getting it to work is like trying to solve a puzzle where half the pieces are missing. And the Amazon rating, only 3.6 stars. That's a red flag wrapped in a caution tape bow. Therefore, we need to dig deeper. First, the physical build. It feels okay. It's light, the plastic isn't the worst, and the stretchable clamp works. It holds my phone securely, which is a plus. But the buttons and triggers are a different story. The face buttons feel mushy, like pressing a sponge that's been left in the sink. The analog sticks are stiff and have a very tiny range of movement. This isn't precision. This is an approximation of control. Imagine trying to aim in a shooter with these sticks. It's like trying to write a novel with a crayon. Therefore, your first gaming session might be more about fighting the controller than the actual game. Now, compatibility. The product page lists a huge number of phones and tablets. It says it works with iOS 13 Plus and Android 6.0 Plus. That seems comprehensive. But here's the contrarian snapback. The list of things it doesn't asterisk work with is arguably more important. It doesn't work with Apple TV, Fire TV, or any phone with a MediaTek chip. That excludes a massive chunk of budget Android phones. So if you have a popular phone like a Redmi or a Realme, you're already out. And for iOS, it requires MFI games. This controller does not have official Apple MFI certification. It uses a workaround. Therefore, many popular iOS games simply won't recognize it. You're limited to a specific subset of games and cloud gaming apps. That's a huge caveat they don't shout about on the sales page. The startup method is another comedy of errors. There are 4 modes: Android, Android v3, iOS, and PC. You have to choose the correct one with a tiny mode button before you even power on. If you pick wrong, nothing connects. The LED light blinks, mocking you. It's like a secret handshake you have to guess. And for Android, the manual instructs you to download the Shooting Plus V3 app to customize buttons. Sounds good, but finding that app is an adventure. The QR code might work, or it might lead to a dead page. Searching for it yields questionable results. This extra layer of software is a friction point most premium controllers avoid. Therefore, before you even play, you're doing tech support. Let's talk about the actual gaming experience. I tested it with several games on both Android and iOS. In supported games like some emulators, it functions. But the lag, there's a slight but perceptible input delay with the Bluetooth connection. In fast-paced games, this means you jump a fraction of a second after you press the button. You'll die a lot. It's like your controller is thinking about its own life choices before executing your command. The turbo function, which they hype, is just a button that simulates rapid pressing. It's not clever, it's just spam. And the ergonomics. After 30 minutes, my hands felt cramped because the grip is shallow and the plastic edges are sharp. This ergonomic design feels like it was ergonomic for a different species, perhaps a small crab. Now, battery life. They claim 15 hours. In my testing with constant use, I got about 10 to 12 hours. That's decent, but not the promised 15. The standby for 30 days claim is likely true if you never touch it. But the charging is slow, and there's no clear battery indicator on the controller itself. You just guess until it dies mid-game. That's always fun. It's like a surprise party, but the surprise is that your game is now unplayable. Therefore, even its best feature is a slight exaggeration. Let's look at the top reviews from Amazon, the real user experiences. People praise the price and the concept, but the negative reviews are consistent and damning. Connection drops, unresponsive buttons after a few weeks, the clamp mechanism breaking, the app being terrible. One reviewer said it worked for a month and then became a paperweight. That's a powerful word. It means they turned $27 into an object that holds down paper. Not a great return on investment. Therefore, the 3.6-star rating is a careful average of hopeful early reviews and angry long-term reviews. The pattern suggests this product degrades quickly. So, is there any resolution? Is the iPega 9083S ever a good buy? In one very narrow scenario. If you need a ultra-budget, disposable controller for very light, occasional gaming on a supported phone, and you are willing to treat it as a temporary tool, it might suffice. But for anyone looking for a reliable, daily-use controller to enhance their mobile gaming, this is a gamble you will likely lose. The problems outweigh the price savings. You'll spend more time troubleshooting than playing. What should you do instead? Consider spending a bit more on a controller with official MFI certification for iOS or a more reputable brand for Android. The investment will pay off in reliability and enjoyment. The iPega 9083S is a lesson in false economy. It saves you money up front, but costs you in frustration later. It's the gaming equivalent of buying a cheap umbrella that breaks in the first drizzle. You're left wet and annoyed. To wrap up, the iPega 9083S promises a bridge to better mobile gaming, but that bridge is made of shaky planks and missing nails. The connection process is convoluted, the compatibility is full of hidden exclusions, the build quality is subpar, and its long-term reliability is questionable based on user reports. Therefore, my final verdict is clear. Don't buy the iPega 9083S controller unless you are fully aware of these limitations and accept them. For most of you watching, it's not worth the risk. If you want a controller that actually works as advertised, look for other options. And for the best prices on those better alternatives, remember to click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.